Billy Showtime Corsetti, and my guest today is Bart, the strikeout pitcher, Go Bull.
I like that nickname, Bob. Well, it's an honor to be here. It's only been, 2.5 years since the last time I was on this?
And we didn't get the last one out, did we?
It never came out, did it?
No. I forgot. Remember, I deleted it.
We had a whole 2-hour conversation.
It wasn't 2 hours, Bart. It was an hour.
It was a good hour and 20 minutes.
No, it was an hour and 20 minutes. Can't go over an hour and 20 minutes. Get your facts right.
It's been 2 years since the podcast.
Just go over.
Talk to me
go,
like this?
Go over your Dolphin schedule, Bart. Let's go.
We're gonna go over the Miami Dolphins schedule first, or the Denver Broncos?
Dolphins. No, you pick. Who do you go over first?
Let's go over the Broncos first.
You sure?
Before we go game by game.
Do you want to go?
Before we go,
Wait, do you want to go one game Bronco, one game Dolphin?
Sure, we'll go week 1, week. Okay, that's fine. But before we do that,
I gotta sit up so you can see me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit up as well, but that's fine. Before we do that, I want to hear your prediction of what you think what their record's gonna be before we go through game by game.
Oh, I say at least 11 wins, 10 maybe.
11 or 10 wins, and where do you see them finishing?
Second place. Look, I used to joke, but I don't see the Broncos winning a division, and that's me being honest. The Chiefs are too strong.
That is true. The Chiefs are.
They can, strong. But I think they're better than the Raiders. Am I wrong, or do you think I'm right?
I think you're right on that one.
I think they can compete with the Chargers now. It all depends. Chargers are a good team, but I think the Broncos can win. Are we starting with your team 1 week first, or my team 1 week first?
We're going to start with you guys week 1.
And we're starting with your team week 2.
Yeah, okay. We'll go Snake.
Yeah.
All right. So week 1, Raiders at the Broncos.
Wait, are Broncos home?
Yes. I'm gonna say the team that's away every time. I'm going to say blank at blank, all right? Like, it's the Raiders at the Broncos.
So you're going to say the away team first?
Yes. Away team's always going to be first.
The away team's always first.
Yes. Yep.
So I knew that.
Then why'd you ask who's home?
Just go.
Raiders at Broncos. Who do you got? I got the Broncos winning that one.
I got the Broncos winning.
I don't think Jimmy G and the Raiders are going to be anywhere near a contender this year.
I think Broncos win. No, I think the Raiders can contend. But the thing is, because as long as they have Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs, they're going to be dangerous, man.
I don't disagree with that.
But I do think they made a mistake getting rid of Devontae Waller or De'Aaron Waller, whatever they call him. And I'm going to keep staying by that. De'Aaron Waller to me is one of the best tight ends in football, and they got rid of him, and that's going to be a hole they got to fix.
That's true, but he can't stay on the field.
But when he can stay on the field, he's healthy. So you're saying he's like a Jacob deGrom kind of player, right?
He is like a Jacob deGrom.
Can't stay on.
He's great when he's on the field, but just can't stay on the field.
I'm making a prediction. He's going to stay. I hate to do this for all the Eagles fans out there, but he's going to have a monster year, and he's going to win. And he's going to be a thorn in their side, Darren Waller, going to the Giants. Hate to tell you.
Bold prediction? Is that your bold prediction? Okay.
He's coming back after his monster year the year before. He's having a monster year.
Is he one of your fantasy targets this year?
He might be. It depends.
Okay.
I never pick a tight end early, do you?
Not really. I try to feel it out. But I feel like there's always those guys that.
Do you like to pick quarterback first? If you got a first pick, do you like to go with one of those strong
the
quarterbacks?
number 1 overall pick?
Yeah.
No, I don't pick a quarterback.
What if you have 10 pick? Will you go with a quarterback first of one of the big guys that's still out there?
No. And usually in the leagues that I play in, quarterbacks don't go until the 5th or 6th.
What if you were in ours, quarterback puts out 50 points?
Yeah, in a league or the quarterback heavy league, if I had the first pick, I would probably draft Mahomes. Okay, so moving on to the Miami Dolphins at the Chargers.
I say Dolphins win.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. I think the Dolphins get their revenge from last year against the Chargers.
I'm not saying it's just revenge. I don't think the Chargers coach is an idiot. I don't see the Chargers going anywhere until they fire him. Last year, he played Denver in a game that mean nothing. And last year, Mike Williams missed the playoffs because he decided to play them through the entire first and second half, and he got buried by one of the Broncos. They got big guys on their team that are good, and their defense was one of the best in the NFL. And one guy cracked them, and he was out for the next round.
Wow.
And the year before, all the guys needed to do, he didn't need he tried to go for a kick to win or take a knee, and he decided to go for a kick, missed it. Raiders win the game. He's stupid.
Well, thanks. All right, moving on to week 2. So that has us both having our team start out 1-0, which is a good start to the year, I'd say, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Game 2, week 2. The Commanders are traveling to the Broncos. The Broncos have back-to-back
We're starting
home
with
games.
Dolphins week 2, remember?
Oh, week 2. Dolphins at the Patriots.
I say Dolphins win.
That looks like a Sunday night game.
Who's home?
Patriots in Foxborough.
I say Dolphins win.
I don't think the Patriots are going to beat us twice this year. So
did they beat you twice last year?
No.
You beat them twice?
Yes.
I'm not huge on Mac Jones.
Neither am I.
They need to get a quarterback. And Brandon, I'm not huge on Zippy either. They have talent, like Juju's going to help them. They have talent around the arm, but they're like the Commanders for me. Until they get a quarterback, Commanders have all talent around their receiver core, but you're not going to go nowhere without a quarterback. Look at that.
Moving on to the Broncos. Commanders are traveling to the Broncos. You got 2 home games to start the year.
I say Broncos go 2-0.
I have to agree with you on that. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Week 3. Who should I start with?
Just start with anyone. We're playing each other, dude. Doesn't matter who you're starting with.
Broncos are coming to Miami, Hard Rock Stadium.
I say Broncos win.
I say Miami wins. There's no way that you guys come into Miami and beat us. There's absolutely no way.
There is a way.
This is the best team on paper that I have ever seen in the Miami Dolphins since my 23 years of being alive.
Even if Broncos do lose, you will never see me say on a podcast that the Dolphins will beat the Broncos.
And I fully respect that because I'm the same way.
I told you, Dolphins should be favorite. They're home. It's their first home game of the year. They're better on paper. They should be favorite to blow them out by 40. But I don't think they will. I think
hope they do.
I think Russell Wilson's going to have a much better year than people are. He's coming in much better shape, and would be better if the Broncos got Dalvin Cook.
Oh, that is also a trending topic. There's 2 teams in consideration for Dalvin Cook: the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. I personally think he's going to be Miami Dolphins.
And he might go to the Dolphins just because he's from Miami. We talked about this.
We did.
We talked about this. Guys always want to return home.
They do.
Guys always want to return home. I know if I had the chance to play for the Phillies or you had a chance to play for the Mets, you would want to play for the Mets.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And I would want to play for Philly. It's just always about returning home.
So this will be the only score prediction we have of the season. I'm saying Dolphins win 35-17.
I'm saying the Broncos win 40-15.
Do you really think so?
You put a lousy score on your end. I'm going to put a lousy score on my end.
I'm just thinking the Broncos defense isn't as strong as it's been. And
ain't strong. We got Justin Simmons. We got Surtain. We got Gregory. We just got Frank Clark from the Chiefs. What do you mean not?
Frank Clark was good 5 years ago.
He's still good coming back, dude.
He's a veteran presence at best.
He's coming back strong, dude. Frank Clark didn't have a bad year last year.
I'm not saying he has, but he's not.
Everyone said Robert Gregory was washed up. And he had I think 7-8 sacks last year.
Dolphins are gonna wash the Broncos.
I won't be surprised if it's a close game either.
Yeah, it very well could be. Knowing both teams, could just be a punt fest.
Russell Wilson's going to probably throw 5 touchdowns, but we'll get into that later.
You mean 5 interceptions? Moving on. Week 4. Broncos are playing the Bears in Chicago.
I say Broncos win.
I say the Bears win. I think the Bears have gotten so much better with Justin Fields at quarterback, and I don't know. It's gonna be
look, even if the Broncos lose to the Dolphins, Broncos could very well start the year 3-1. They don't play anyone hard to start the year, and I'm going off that. Broncos are going to start the year 4-0, but Dolphins are their only challenge. So if somehow they lose that game, Broncos will start the year 3-1. But I'm going with 4-0.
Okay. Dolphins at the Bills.
I say Bills win.
I think the Bills are winning that game. I think the Dolphins start 3-1. They lose in Buffalo. Then they come back home and play the Giants, to where I'll be at the game live and in person with my dad, who's a big Giants fan. And
I
the
say,
Dolphins are whooping that ass.
I say Dolphins win.
Dolphins are going to win. Jets at the Broncos.
I say Broncos win.
I think the Broncos are going to beat the Jets as well.
I'm not too hyped on the Jets. I know they got Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think he's as strong as he used to be.
I agree with you on that. I don't see them. I mean, this might just be me hating the Jets as a Dolphins fan.
Or is it just because you
I just
got a lot of Jets fans around you?
I do have a lot of Jets fans around me.
You got a lot of Patriots fans. You got Bills fans. Does your whole family like the AFC East?
Pretty much, Bub.
Except your dad.
My dad's a Giants fan. My brother's a Patriots fan. His grandparents are Bills fans. We just got the whole AFC East.
I feel bad for your brother, though, because the Patriots stink.
Moving on. We have the Panthers coming to Miami to play the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are winning.
I say the Dolphins win.
The Broncos are going to Kansas City.
I say Kansas City wins.
I think Kansas City wins at home.
I think Kansas City. I don't think they'll kill them because Broncos usually seem to play them tough. I think they'll win by like 3 or touchdown.
I think if the Broncos are going to split the series, they're going to win at home. They're not going to win in Arrowhead.
They're due to beat them. They haven't beat them in 14 straight games. No, 15.
It has been.
Yeah, 15.
They are due for a win. Moving on. The Packers are coming to Denver to play the Broncos. How do you feel about that?
I say Broncos win.
I think Broncos win that game easily.
I have them 5-1.
I think you do have them 5-2.
I'm 5-2. Or I'm losing
Yeah, the Chiefs. Oh no, you haven't beaten the Dolphins, so I guess 5-1.
Come on, I'll never say on air. You never know what I'll say, and I think Broncos will win. I will never say the Broncos will lose to the Dolphins.
Okay.
And that is a tough game, so I think that could be a flip-flop game.
And here comes the Dolphins' second test of the season. They're going to Philly, right across the river.
Are you going to that game?
15 minutes away. I want to go to that game so bad.
Why don't you then?
But I'm pretty sure it's a Saturday night.
Saturday?
Hold on, let me see.
My fans don't have time to hear you type on the computer, dude.
Oh, it's Monday night. I'm off Monday night.
What about Tuesday?
I'm going to that game. I'd have to go into work at 3 on Tuesday, but that's
3 in the morning?
No, 3 in the afternoon.
So you're good.
That's plenty of time. You want to go to that game with me, bub?
Dolphins, Eagles.
Monday Night Football, that's an experience. You don't have to. If I'm being honest with you, I'm gonna borrow your sister's Philly hoodie and wear that over my Dolphins gear.
Why, you don't want to get beat up?
That's true.
What?
It's true.
Who's next?
After that, you have the Chiefs coming to the Broncos.
I say Broncos win.
I think the Broncos take that game.
They're 6-1.
Then you have the Broncos going to Buffalo.
I say Buffalo
Buffalo's
wins.
taking that.
I think it'll be close though.
So you have them 6-2 right now?
Yeah.
I would think I would have them 5-3.
Yeah, you. Right now, we both have them pretty good records right now.
Yeah. No. I have them 4-4. The Bears. I have them losing to the Bears. Bears, Chiefs, Bills, and Dolphins.
Bears.
I have them 4-4.
Get the Bears off my screen before I stick the Bears. Bears.
Grizzly Bear.
How's it go?
Grizzly Bear.
Get the Grizzly Bears off my screen.
The Dolphins play the Chiefs in Germany.
I'm going with Kansas City.
9:30 in the morning.
Are you going to be in bed for that one?
I'm going to be wide awake.
So I can call you during that game then.
Yeah, I'll be Are you kidding me? Dolphins are on. I'm watching it.
I think Kansas City smokes them.
No way. I think jet lag gets the best of Mahomes. Dolphins sneak one out.
You got them what?
Wait, I think I missed a game. Patriots play the Dolphins at home. Dolphins
Say
are winning that game.
Dolphins sweep the Patriots.
Yes. So,
Hey, Evan, if you hear this, Dolphins sweep the Patriots because the Patriots stink.
one. Bias. I have them 7-1 right now.
Who?
Dolphins. Realistically, games they could lose, but I don't think they will. Eagles, Chiefs, Bills. Well, I think they're going to lose to the Bills.
Look, Broncos could easily lose to the Bears, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
It's in Chicago, very cold. You know, I told you, I think Broncos are going to playoffs. I think Broncos will have over 11 wins, maybe at least 10. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Vikings are playing the Broncos.
Where at?
Vikings at Broncos.
I think Broncos win.
Raiders at the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins
Who do you think wins, Broncos or Vikings? You can give me it.
Broncos.
They don't have Dalvin Cook. That means Madison's going to have to be the guy, and that also means Kirk Cousins going to throw more. And I'm not scared of Kirk Cousins. Jefferson, I'm scared of.
Yeah.
But Surtain's going to lock him up, and he ain't going to get no targets.
Browns at the Broncos.
Do your next game first.
Dolphins at the Jets.
Dolphins. Do you have Jets getting swept by the... Is that the first time Dolphins play the Jets?
Yeah. They play in a couple weeks.
Dolphins at where?
Dolphins at the Jets.
I'm going to have to go...
It's the Friday after Thanksgiving at 3 p.m.
I'm going to have to go with the Jets.
Remember that?
Who do you went with the Bears.
The Bears are good.
Jets are better than the Bears.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Look at the records last year. Jets had a better one.
I think the Bears are going to smoke you guys.
The Jets are going to smoke you. You're underestimating the Jets.
Am I?
Grant Wilson. You got good defense, good offensive line. You got Rodgers. You got Bruce Hall coming back. Carter. Didn't they sweep you guys last year? Didn't they?
No, we won the second game.
Oh, that's right, because the Jets couldn't score points. You barely won the second game.
You're right.
Go to the Broncos now. No, wait, you're up again.
No, we're the Browns at Broncos.
I think Broncos win.
I think the Browns win.
So what are the Broncos at? Broncos, like 9-2?
9-2?
Yeah.
Unrealistic. Broncos at Texans. I think the
Broncos win. Dude, look at the Broncos' schedule. They don't have that hard of a schedule.
Yeah, I know.
So they could... You're looking at that telling me they can't go 9-3 or 10-2 right now?
They could, but
They may lose to the Bears.
I think they'll drop a game or two, yeah. All right. Dolphins at Commanders. I think the Dolphins win.
Mm-hmm. So do I. Yeah, and what's your record?
I have us losing to the Bills.
So what's your record? For you.
Right now we're 11-1.
You're 11-1. You're saying my 10-2.
Yeah, but look at the stretch coming up. Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, Bills.
Go. You go next. You're up.
Titans at Dolphins. I got the Dolphins.
So do I.
Broncos at the Lions.
I
the
got
Lions.
the Broncos. Of course you would say that. 11-2, baby. Hey, you know what?
At the Dolphins, Jets. Just kidding, Dolphins.
At the Lions. That's a game they could lose. But
Dolphins?
no,
Or
Broncos.
Lions? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give it to the Lions.
Cowboys at the Dolphins. We're going Cowboys on
Cowboys.
Christmas Eve. Going Dolphins. I bet the Cowboys find some way to pull it off because they're America's team.
I can't say Broncos can win every game. I have to be a little realistic. You know?
Patriots at the Broncos.
Broncos 11-3. Because Lions aren't that bad of a team, so they travel to Detroit. Broncos can lose that game.
Chargers at the Broncos.
Broncos 12-3. Continue talk.
Dolphins at the Ravens. Dolphins.
You know, the schedule. Broncos could be 11-4 right now. But if they do match 11-4, I do have them with 11 wins at least.
I think Dolphins won 10-7 last year.
What do you have the Broncos at, in your opinion?
Do it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
5,
6. Hurry up!
7,
You're probably gonna have like 9 and 8.
9, 10. 10 and 7.
That could actually get them in the playoffs.
I got him 10 and 7. And I'll realistically go to the Dolphins real quick. Realistically, unbiased. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Split with the Bills. They're going to take one from either the Cowboys or the Ravens. I have them sweeping the Patriots and the Jets. And then I have them losing to the Chiefs, Eagles, Bills once.
So what's the record?
13 and 4.
I have the Broncos going 11 and 5. I don't know which 5 games they'll lose, but I think that's their record going to be. Anything you want to say?
I just hope Tua can stay on the field. If Tua's healthy, I mean, they did go out and sign a backup quarterback who I feel confident in if Tua were to go down.
Who's
and
the
Mike
backup?
White. Mike White?
No, I'm saying about the Broncos schedule. Any questions?
No.
Look at the schedule. It's easy.
It is easy.
They could easily win 12 games with that schedule.
They could.
Or they could easily lose 10 games with that schedule, knowing them.
That as well. I think both teams make the playoffs.
You think Broncos get in?
Yes. In the wild card.
Broncos' hardest teams they play are the Vikings. And Broncos are a hard team at home. But the thing is, for Broncos to win these games, they have to score. If they don't score, they're not going to win. But if they score, no, I mean like under last year. If your defense holds a team under 10 points like they did last year or 17, you got to be able to score at least 20 points.
That is true.
Maybe more. Russell Wilson has to be the guy.
I think he has to have a big turnaround year this year.
What if he doesn't? You think they're going to cut him?
They owe him too much money to cut him.
So what would they do?
They're going to ride him out. That's their guy. They have no choice. They went all out to get him and paid him so much money.
Yeah, but the good news is that if they do suck this year, they get a first-round pick next year.
That is true.
So they're not playing for anyone's first-round pick this year. So they have the worst team in the league. They can go and get a quarterback. But I don't think they will. I think they'll get defense or something. But I don't think we're going to suck.
I think it's going to be a good year for both teams, if I'm being honest with you.
And I think Dolphins. You think question. Do you think Dolphins win the division?
No. Can they? Yes. I don't think they will.
You think Bills are going to win 14 games at least?
I think the division is as wide open as it's ever been.
Now, if Tua gets another concussion, is he done?
Yes. Yes.
What happened to the quarterback the Dolphins had last year? Is he still on the roster?
Teddy Bridgewater?
No. The white dude.
Oh, Skylar Thompson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still the backup's backup.
He's the third string again?
Yeah.
They're not going to give him a chance again?
He sucks, dude.
He brought him to the playoffs.
No, he didn't. Tua did.
What about Mike White? You like him?
I think he's a very, very above average quarterback. And definitely more of a safety valve than Teddy Bridgewater has been.
Is that all we got in football?
I think so. Anything else you want to talk about in football? Who do you think wins the Super Bowl? Unbiased.
Unbiased?
Unbiased.
I don't know. It's too early right now.
It is way too early. Jim, give me a prediction. Who wins the Super Bowl?
All right, he's going to say.
Honestly, unbiased, the Eagles.
I think that's a little bit biased.
Here.
I mean, they are the best. They are.
They have a great roster.
They do. They do.
Yeah, but you seen.
Jalen Hurts is that guy.
Yes.
I don't win the Super Bowl.
Good running backs coming back. Not coming back, but we got good running backs.
I think Broncos go to the playoffs.
think the Dolphins do too.
Defense is even better.
I think Broncos and Dolphins could meet in the playoffs.
If the Dolphins and the Broncos met in the playoffs, the Dolphins are winning that game.
No.
Yes, they are.
Dolphins stink.
Why don't you just join the team? We got room for you.
I don't know the Dolphins.
Why? The
I don't like
Broncos
the
stink.
atmosphere in Miami stinks. I mean, not Miami, sorry. Fan base stinks. Denver's one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL. That's why. Denver.
You want to know why Denver's the loudest stadium, one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL?
Why?
It's because they have it stuck up on a mountain and there's nothing else up there. It's the only thing you can hear.
It ain't my fault. One of the loudest stadiums in the NFL. That's why. Yeah, what about Seattle? The surrounding around. Bubble, you want to keep going there? Tin Man?
What did you just call me?
Tin Man.
I'll body you.
You won't body anything. You see this? It's from being the powerlifting world champion.
Did you bring that with you?
No.
You
But
should.
that. Why?
You're the world heavyweight champ.
Nah, that ain't anything. I'm going to make my title.
There you go.
Let's talk about baseball now, Bart.
Let's talk about baseball, Bub. Let's talk about the NL East and the craziness that is going on right now.
Look at our man Jim over there doing big man's work.
I don't think they can see Jim over there. You have to pick up the
My other
camera.
unbiased pick would be the Bills.
No, the Bills aren't as strong as they were last year.
Dude.
That guy's coming back.
All right,
That guy's coming back.
What guy?
Already has 2 Super Bowl rings on the Bills.
Von Miller?
My favorite DN of all time. Maybe one of the best of all time.
Ah.
Bart Miller. He might give 2 another concussion.
He stinks.
Stinks. He had 8 sacks last year before he got hurt. Maybe even more. He was killing it. No one could stop him off the edge. Chubb versus Miller we're going to see. Miller's going to kill him.
We are going to see a Chubb versus Miller matchup.
Yeah, and Miller's going to kill him like he always has.
Don't you have a Bradley Chubb jersey over here somewhere?
Not down here. Why?
What team is he on now?
Dolphins. I still have it. You want it?
I don't.
I'm not giving it to you anyway.
All right, we're almost at the halfway mark of the MLB season here, Bob. And I will say, it's been disappointing.
Maybe for your team.
Your team's not much better.
My team's turning it around, dude.
All right, we'll go first place.
No surprise.
No surprise, but a little surprise in how.
Look, first let's talk about something. Right. I understand both our teams are struggling, but for both teams, both our starting pitching is not great for the Mets and Phillies. But for your team's problem is you can't go out and buy 40-year-old men for 40 years. $40 a year. Am I wrong?
You're not.
Justin Verlander won 24 games last year, and he got hurt. Okay, there's too much money for guys that are 40. If I understand you want to bring back Jacob deGrom, I understand that. He always gets hurt. So at the end of the day, I didn't want to pay that much either. But at the end of the day, Jacob, you need to go somewhere else. Do you guys have any good ones in your farm system? You guys trying to get Ohtani?
They're one of the contenders for him, but I don't see him coming to New York.
So is the Phillies.
I know.
But I don't see him going to Philly.
All right, in first place.
No surprise.
No surprise here. We have the Braves at 40 wins, 25 losses.
They're dominant.
Now here's where I'm surprised the most. In second place, we have the Marlins.
Hang on. Did the Marlins win today?
The Marlins narrowly defeated the White Sox by a score of 6-5 today.
They're at 37 wins, 29 losses.
How much games are they ahead of the Phillies?
They're 4.5 games ahead of the Phillies. In third place, we have the Phillies, 32 wins, 33 losses. Under 500 still, disappointing. 8 games back in the division.
8.5 or 8?
You guys lost today, 8.5.
But we won.
31 and 35, we have the Mets in fourth place, 9.5 games back.
Don't worry, I got it.
Struggle bus is real. And then in last place,
No
we
surprise.
all saw that, the Nationals.
What's our record?
26 and 38.
No surprise. But I will give you something. Nationals have a nice little core building there, I think. I like Garcia. I definitely like Lane Thompson. I like their catcher. I like Joseph Gray. But you know you're going to beat the Nationals if it's close because their bullpen blows. Every guy that comes out has over a 5.0 ERA. I think the Phillies beat the Nationals. Not everyone at this table beat the Nationals up. Never mind. I think they have 4 of the wins against the Mets. No surprise.
The Mets are all aboard the struggle bus.
Can the Mets beat the Nationals?
They can. Have they? I don't know.
What's their record against the Nationals? 2-4.
Let's see. One, 2, 2-2. 2-3, 3-3.
You're 3-3 against them?
4, 3-5.
You lost how many times?
5. 3-5 against the Nationals.
Say it again. I can't hear you. Say it again. I can't hear you.
3-5
If you want to be,
against one of the worst teams.
if
in
you want to
baseball.
make the playoffs, Bart, you know this. You got to do what the Phillies do. They beat up on the Nationals. They always have.
You have to beat the bad team.
The Phillies. Listen to this record. The last couple years, Phillies against the Nationals, I believe, are 27-3.
Oh, similar to the Mets and Phillies record.
Something like that. It's going to change though when the Mets come to Philly. Phillies are 18-11 at home. They're dominating at home in front of 44,000 a night. Mets ain't ready for that atmosphere. Mets are going to get smoked, and we're going to be there in 2 weeks, Bart.
June
We're going to be
23rd.
there, and Phillies are going to embarrass the Mets on their home course.
No way.
Phillies take game 1 in Philadelphia.
No way. The Mets are coming to Philadelphia. The bats are going to be hot. Pitchers going to be hot.
You weren't hot in Pittsburgh. What makes you think you'll be hot in Philly? That's just across the river, Bart.
They're going to turn it around, dude.
Let's see. Let's pull up the Phillies and Mets upcoming schedule.
Okay. Mets at Phillies. Friday, June 23rd.
No, I said their upcoming schedule.
Like after the series?
No, before the series. Like
Oh.
tomorrow.
The Mets and the Yankees have 2 games of the Subway Series.
Tomorrow?
Yep. Well, Tuesday and Wednesday
Where's it at?
at the Mets City Field.
I say they split.
I say the Yankees sweep.
Sweet?
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell Evan that, folks.
The Mets are just down in the dumps right now. I don't think they can do anything. The Phillies are out in Arizona tomorrow.
I say they
night.
split the series. Say they lose tomorrow with their bullpen, and then Wheeler wins. Nola probably gets pumped, and Walker and Ranger gets the win. You see them splitting in Arizona?
I can see them taking 3 or 4.
Phillies?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see them maybe taking 3 or 4, but I'm just being realistic here.
Oh, I mean, never mind.
What?
Diamondbacks are one of the best teams in baseball.
I still think they can beat them, Bart.
I'd say they maybe split.
That's why I'm going with a split here. I'm being realistic. I'm not being biased. I'm not saying they're going to go and sweep them.
Who's on the Diamondbacks if they're so good?
Christian Walk. They're just a good young team of talent guys out there, Bart.
Yeah, I see that. Looking at their roster, Corbin Carroll's a young kid. Zach Gallen's young. Cattell Marte's decently young. Christian Walker's decently young.
Christian Walker stinks. You didn't know they were that good?
No, I really didn't.
So,
You think the Phillies can turn it around, Bob?
I do. I think the Phillies are going to the playoffs. I think the Mets can turn it around, too.
I think they can, but they got to make a move. They need to do something. Something's not working.
What do you mean,
Clearly.
like, what ain't working? Is it the clubhouse? Is it the
It's
pitching?
The winning of games. That's not working. That's not happening.
You know what the problem is with the Mets? And I I know I'm not going to be biased. I think the Mets have the same lineup as last year.
Exact
Okay.
same lineup, maybe one or two different.
And I think the Mets I think they're trying to go after Ohtani, but I'm going to be honest here, Bart. I think Ohtani wants to stay on the West Coast.
I think he does too.
I think he's going to go to the Dodgers. What do you think?
Realistically, he's probably I would say so.
No, if the Angels make the playoffs, he might stay with the Angels. I mean, if
I
they
think that's the only way. I think that's the only way he does stay is if they make the playoffs.
No, I think they got to go deep.
They haven't made the playoffs since he's been in the league.
Let's see. Did the Angels win today?
The Angels overcame the Mariners by a score of 9-4.
Angels are 36-31, dude. Angels are hot right now.
They're 5 games over 500. You call that hot?
It's not hot. They're better than the Phillies and the Mets.
You're not wrong.
Bart, the thing though with the Angels is, pull up the American League West.
AL West?
Yeah. Okay. Now the thing with that division is, let me see if I get it right. Rangers first.
Yep.
Astros second.
Yep.
Angels third.
Yep.
Mariners fourth.
Yep.
Athletics 5. And
Yep.
look at the Athletics. Do they stink?
17 wins.
And how many losses?
50.
Oh, wait.
And they just swept the Brewers and they have 17 wins.
Phillies go there next weekend.
They do.
Yeah. You think they'll sweep them?
They're flying with their brooms.
The Phillies?
Yeah.
And look at the Rangers. Read their record off to me.
41-23.
Okay? Read the Astros record off to me.
37-29.
Okay? Now, how much games are the Astros out?
5.
How many games are the Angels out?
6.5.
Okay? See that? Angels are actually playing pretty well, but Angels are in one of the toughest divisions in baseball. For the first time I ever said that. In a while. That's the Angels' problem. Rangers don't seem like to lose these days.
Yeah, Rangers are hot.
But Rangers are going to have to go pick up another starter now, I think, since DeGrom's out.
Without a doubt.
Deadline. They're going to have to go trade for a starter. Their offense is one of the best in baseball. They don't need a starter. I mean, they don't need a bat. They need a starter.
I agree with that.
I think their offense is fine. And Tampa Bay Rays are 40 wins.
48-20.
48-20.
They almost have 50 wins.
Yankees, how much games they dead back?
The Yankees are 38-28, 9 games back. They're 10 games over 500 and 9 games back.
The Orioles?
41-24. 5.5 out.
Oh, you think Orioles can catch Tampa?
I think so.
You think they will?
I think they're the one, too. They're the closest to do it.
I don't think they'll catch them. Tampa is just too good.
Would you call this the worst division in baseball or the best division in baseball?
Oh.
AL Central. 33-33, 31-34, 29-38, 26-37, 18-47.
Look at the NL Central.
34-30, 34-32, 31-35, 28-37, 27-39.
Is the Cardinals 27-39?
Yeah.
They stink.
Cubs are 28-37. Reds are 31-35.
How many games are the Cardinals out?
Cardinals are 8 games back.
That's bad. Do you think
That's bad.
the Cardinals are sellers or not yet?
I would say so. When you look at the Reds and the Pirates have with that young core that's starting to turn it around, and the Cubs also having a young group of guys that are playing good.
Do you think your Mets are going to turn it around? I want you to be honest.
I think they'll turn it around, but I don't see them finishing with a better record than they did last year.
Do you think they get in the playoffs? Now, before you say anything, do you think the NL is tougher than the AL?
Yes.
I do. Now, there's 3 spots And Mets are due to get hot. I just don't. I think Phillies are going to sweep them next time they play them. No, I think the least take 2 out of 3.
No chance.
What?
No chance.
Bart, you can't keep beating the Phillies every time you play them, buddy. It's just not possible.
It is.
Okay? Phillies got to learn, how do Phillies beat the Braves and stink against you guys? And you guys stink. You're not even close to a... Braves are like up here. And you guys are down there. Sorry. Right here compared to Atlanta. You're not even... You shouldn't be allowed on the same ball field as the Braves. I'm not doing this to make you look bad. I'm just telling you the truth. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Right now, do you think, if you look at the Braves and Mets roster, the Mets should be allowed on the same field with the Braves?
Yes.
I think you're nuts. They played 2 series already, and Braves embarrassed them in both.
You're not wrong.
Take 5-1 against the Mets.
Yes.
Phillies can at least say they're 2-2 against the Braves.
It's craziness.
I mean, Mets don't even belong on the same field with Atlanta.
I don't think Atlanta stays as hot, though. I think they
Bart,
stay
the point is, every time the Mets go hot, or the Phillies go hot, or the Mets go hot, Braves go hot.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks for all of us.
Phillies win 6 straight. Look at this. Phillies win 6 straight. Braves win 6 straight. Marlins win 6 straight. How do you gain ground?
You don't.
Well, at the time, we weren't playing no competition. Neither were the Marlins, but they just kind of shut down the critics a little bit when the Phillies took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers.
It's true.
Everyone's like, oh, they won 5 games against a bad team. Dodgers came in, strong bats, and Phillies out hit them in the series. I don't know if they outscored them They didn't outscore them, but they won 2 games that matter. Because Dodgers with those 9 runs outscored them. But it doesn't matter. They won 2 out of 3. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not even the All-Star break. There's still plenty of season left.
I don't know. I'm not getting that nervous as I was, but I was getting nervous, Bart, with the Phillies 7 games under. And you should be getting a little nervous, too. Because
Trust me, I'm getting nervous.
I'm not as nervous as I was. But if Phillies have a bad, say, Phillies get swept by the Diamondbacks, swept by the A's, just say, or only win 1 game, I'll be getting nervous again.
Yeah,
because Phillies are back where they need to be, and you may get hot late, but these games matter now. Because at the end of people may say it's too early, but then if your team won't make the playoffs, I'll say, oh, why didn't your team make the playoffs? Maybe it's because they got swept by the worst team in baseball, the A's. They got swept by the Dodgers. They lost a 5-0 lead. All these things matter in 162 games.
You're 100% correct.
Like my friend says it's early, these games don't matter. I'm like, they do matter. If your team don't make it, I know you think your team's hot like the Braves, so you're really not worried if you're a Braves fan. But
yeah, even with it being early on in the season, 9.5 games back, 8 games back, that's still a mountain to climb to get yourself out of. Even with 60, 70, 80 games.
Mets were better last year, but Mets also had DeGrom. But again, DeGrom was hurt whole year, so that really doesn't matter.
It's true.
They did it with Scherzer. Scherzer doesn't scare me. I think Scherzer's old. I think Scherzer's losing a lot of his stuff.
I think all their age is catching up to him.
You think I'm wrong, or you think Scherzer's losing his A stuff?
I think you're right.
I think Verlander's losing it.
Yep. It's unfortunate.
I think Nimmo, I think, is having a pretty solid year.
He is. He is having a really good year.
What about Pistol Pete?
He's on the IL. He got hit on the wrist.
Do you think he's having a good year?
He's having a better year than he's been, yeah.
How long is he out for?
A couple weeks.
Ooh. So you got Braves still winning the division? You think anyone can catch him?
I don't think anyone catches him now.
Let's see who the Braves play tomorrow.
What time? How long have we been doing this?
44 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Felt like 10.
But we're going to go in a couple minutes. Before we go, who do the Braves play tomorrow?
The Braves take on the Tigers tomorrow at 6:40 p.m.
Great. Hopefully the Mets and Phillies can all win the next 3 games so that they can not gain any ground against the Braves.
Let's see. Let's see the Braves' upcoming schedule, and then we'll call it. I want to see what the Marlins and Braves' upcoming schedules is.
You look up the Braves. I'll look up the Marlins.
All right. Mm-hmm. Schedule. Look at the Nationals. No, who cares? Where we at?
We are on the 11th.
You go first.
The Marlins are playing Seattle, and then Washington.
Braves are playing Tigers, and then the Rockies.
Great. Are you joking or
I'm telling you the truth.
you're messing with me, right? Detroit and then Colorado. What is this, cakewalk?
Let's go to
After that, who do they play?
go to the next week. Who do the Marlins play?
The Blue Jays, then the Pirates.
Oh, that's not easy.
No.
They play the Phillies
Okay.
at Philly, and then they go to Cincinnati. I'll do it up to let's go.
Then they got the Red Sox and then the Braves.
Then the Phillies got
No,
The
you're looking
Braves.
at the Braves, yeah.
Twins.
Oh, good.
Then the Indians in Tampa before the All-Star break.
Okay.
So
It's got the Marlins play the Cardinals after the Braves, then the Phillies, then the Orioles, and the All-Star break.
we'll call it the All-Star break.
Sounds good.
We just know the Braves next 4 series.
Are pieces of cake.
All right, that's the Bubcast, Bart.
It's
That-
been great.
Thanks
you
for joining.
having me.
Just remember this: I don't care how good you are in baseball. I'll still hit a homer off you.
No way. Goodbye, everybody.